Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? Hope y'all doing well. So I wanted to talk about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. We know we got the mega fight, the trilogy coming up July 24th. I believe it's going to be, I know it's a joint venture between PBC and Top Rank, Showtime, and ESPN. But I think since, Tyson Fury won the last fight, is going to be on ESPN pay-per-view, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all know how they normally do it. You know what I'm saying? Just like with Floyd and Manny. Floyd was the A side in that fight. So the fight was on Showtime pay-per-view, but then they integrated two of the HBO commentators and only had one Showtime. So they kind of balanced it out. And the last fight was on Showtime pay-per-view. So I'm guessing this time they gonna do the trilogy on ESPN pay-per-view, right? So, big fight, man. Big fight, great fight, a highly anticipated fight. People tripping about Wilder not talking and being silent, which I feel like that's the right approach to take. You know what I'm saying? All business, ain't shit to say, This fight gonna sell itself. This fight gonna sell itself. This is a fight that people want to see. Everybody talking about, missing out on Undisputed and all that. Yeah, I want to see Undisputed too, but not before this fight. This is a fight that everybody want to see. This is a matchup that everybody love to see. The build up. This fight will sell itself. So Wilder ain't got to say shit. All he got to do is be focused, train, and come up there and show up the fight on fight night. That's all he got to do. But I was watching the press conference and, I listened to both guys. Wilder did speak some, and then also he did interview. Shout out to Fred from Barbershop Conversation. Did a very lengthy and in-depth interview with the brother Fred. And, Tyson Fury, he spoke at the press conference. I looked at the face-off, which that's probably in my lifetime of watching boxing. That's the longest face-off that I ever seen. Like those guys, neither guy was willing to budge. You could see Wilder visibly it looked like he wanted to put hands and feet on Tyson Fury right then and there. Tyson Fury looking all, playful and, goofy, thinking this shit a game. That's what it seemed like. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he thinking this shit a game. You know what I'm saying? But looking at that face off, just evaluating the whole press conference, the energy that I got from both guys, and I'm pretty sure everybody different, everybody perspective is different. Everybody read people differently. So you might have got some different energy that I got, but I'm just giving y'all my thoughts and my perspective. You know what I'm saying? The energy that I got from both guys, both guys seem confident. I will say that. But you see the title of the video when I say Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury can't make this mistake. And it's two different things for both guys. With Tyson Fury, seemed like Tyson Fury is kind of overlooking Deontay Wilder, like he taking him lightly. And that's a very dangerous thing to do, especially, that's dangerous to do with any fighter. But especially somebody as dangerous as Deontay Wilder. A guy who he can hurt you bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, put you in the hospital in a coma, can kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's especially dangerous to do. Even though Tyson Fury is a bigger guy, he has, 50, 60, 70 pounds on Wilder. Ain't no telling what way he gonna show up on fight night. But it's a very dangerous thing to do. And, the way he talking, he was very confident coming into the rematch, the second fight. And he predicted how he was going to fight that fight and how he was going to win that fight. And he actually did exactly what he said he was going to do, which is something that you got to respect. You definitely gotta respect that. But I don't think he took I never got the sense that Tyson Fury took Wilder lightly. In that second fight, leading up to it, I never got the sense that he was underestimating Wilder. He took him lightly. Obviously, he took him very seriously. He switched up his whole training. You know what I'm saying? He went and got Sugar Hill, switched up his whole training, his whole game plan, did some shit that we never seen Tyson Fury do before. So he obviously took Wilder very serious in that second fight. You know, and he was very determined. But I get a different energy this time. I still think he's confident, and he has every right to be confident. But it seems like to me he think this shit a game, like he taking Wilder lightly. I believe that Tyson Fury is looking ahead to the undisputed match with Anthony Joshua. They was already trying to make that fight happen. So that's another reason why I feel like he's kind of overlooking Wilder, because he really don't even want to be fighting Wilder right now. He want to fight Anthony Joshua. You know, I don't think he's really getting up for this fight. I don't think he's as interested and as invested in this fight as Deontay Wilder is. You know, so that's one thing that he cannot afford to do, is take Deontay Wilder lightly, because that's the wrong thing to do, and it's a terribly dangerous thing to do versus a guy that's as invested in this fight, in this particular matchup, and somebody who is as dedicated to redeeming himself and coming back to get his belt, get his championship. And keep in mind also, this is the first title defense of Tyson Fury's career. He's never defended his title. Think about that. This guy's supposed to be the lineal champion. He's supposed to be, you know, this and that. This man don't have one title defense in his career. Not one. He didn't defend the title when he lost it, when he beat Klitschko. Y'all already know the story behind that. You know, and this is the first fight since the rematch. He's never defended his title ever in his career. Never. So it's one thing winning a championship, but it's another thing actually defending that motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? He cannot take Deontay Wilder lightly. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what his energy going to be like on fight night, being in this position, being under heavy scrutiny, being under a microscope with all the cheating allegations, the steroids, you know, the wild boar meat. And then on top of that, this being his first title defense ever. Deontay Wilder. I love the energy from Deontay Wilder. I love the focus. I love the fact that he's heavily invested. I love that he's taking a all business approach, no talking. It's kind of one of those situations, man. If you ever been, been playing Madden or something with your homies, you know what I'm saying? And you done took a major L. You didn't think you was supposed to take that L. You like, man, I know I'm better than this motherfucker, but he done beat me. I was talking hella shit because I ain't respect him. You know what I'm saying? I took him lightly, and the motherfucker roached up on a win on you. And that next go around, you ain't even really talking no shit. You know what I'm saying? You focus. You going into the game, you ain't talking, you focus, you ain't saying shit. Whole time motherfucker over there talking crazy shit, but you ain't saying nothing. You focus on the game. You like, man, ain't no way in hell this motherfucker gonna beat me. I ain't doing no talking. I'ma just show you. You know what I'm saying? And I get that kind of sense from Deontay Wilder. He's all business. He's focused. He ain't really trying. He ain't coming to do no plan. You know, he buy this shit. I understand that. And that's how you supposed to be. But I also got this energy from Wilder during a face-off where it was like I can sense the anger. I can sense the disgust and disdain that he has for Tyson Fury. I can sense, like, I really felt like Wilder wanted to, like, break this man's neck, like, really do something bad to Tyson Fury right then and there. You know what I'm saying? I can sense, it's almost like, have you ever been so angry? You ever been so mad that you damn near either wanted to cry or you cried, like you was that angry, like you want to like kill a motherfucker for real? I almost got that type of energy from Wilder. And that could be in a professional boxing match. That's normally not a good thing. It could be good for him, but That's normally not a good thing. Now, another guy that he had this type, it wasn't like this, but on fight night, he seemed like he was extremely like he wanted to kill this man, Bermain Stavern, in the rematch. Y'all remember the way he came into the actual fight? The build up was like they had some heat in the build up, but it wasn't like this. But in the rematch, the actual fight, man, it looked like Deontay Wilder, like he threw all boxing knowledge away. He just wanted to hurt that man. Like he fought Bermain Stavern and folded him. You know what I'm saying? Folded him. One of the best knockouts on his highlights. One of the best knockouts of his career. One of the best knockouts you will see. Just the way he folded Bermain Stavern. And he went into that fight with a lot of emotion, and he was just like angry. You know what I'm saying? Bermain Stavern was talking crazy. You know, the first fight was a decision. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers was talking crazy and shit. You know, Bermain Stavern felt like he won the first fight and all that. You know, so Deontay Wilder felt some type of way, like he really wanted to hurt that man. And it worked for him in that fight, but Tyson Fury ain't Bermain Stavern. And what I don't want to see from Deontay Wilder is him being too emotional to the point where he loses cool, he loses head, and he go out there and he be reckless. You know, he still, I think, you know, Wilder still needs to be everything that him and Malik Scott been working on, focus on that, you know, be patient, be, you know, very calculated, sharp, and do everything that you worked on. I don't want to see Wilder get into the ring on fight night, just throw all that shit away and just go balls to the wall, you know what I'm saying, trying to kill Tyson Fury. Yeah, you want to try to hurt him bad, but you don't want to lose your head. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we've seen it work for Wilder in the past, but, you know, in a fight of this magnitude, it could definitely work against Wilder. You know what I'm saying? And I like I said, during that face-off and during the whole press conference, I feel that. I feel that energy. Like, bro, this shit way too personal for Deontay Wilder. And I mean, I understand why it is personal. Because all the shit that went down. And you feel cheated. You feel robbed. You feel wronged. You know what I'm saying? So you really got a personal disdain and disgust for this man. So I get it. But you can't take that into the ring with you on fight night. You could take a little bit of that in there with you. But you can't take all that in there with you, because then you're not a professional fighter no more. You an extremely talented and God-gifted street fighter at that point. You know what I'm saying? When you take the intellect and the you know, the calculated strategies out of it. You dig what I'm saying? So those are the two big mistakes that Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder can make. Tyson Fury cannot take Deontay Wilder lightly, and that's what it seemed like he's doing. That's just the energy that I get. Because if he do, Wilder gonna go in there and he gonna hurt this man. He gonna hurt him bad. You cannot overlook Deontay Wilder. And Deontay Wilder, you can't go in there, you know, taking this shit too personal, because then you get away from your game plan. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it play out, man. I'm excited. This is gonna be one of the biggest fights of the year, outside of Earl Spence versus Manny Pacquiao. Great fight, the trilogy. This is what we all wanted. You know, even the people that claim that they didn't want to see this, they wanted to see Undisputed, they just didn't want to see Wilder get another opportunity. But deep down, they want to see this fight, because this shit sells itself. Wilder ain't got to do no talking. This shit sells itself. You know what I'm saying? They don't even got to do no more press conferences for this fight. This shit gonna sell itself. So, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments about, you know, what I see, my thoughts and the mistakes that these guys can't make, and, you know, what these guys need to do to win on July 24th, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Contender regime boxing. I holla at y'all boys, man.